Okay, here we are in chapter 2 on the integers. And this is 2.1, Introduction to the Integers. So every whole number, remember 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they have an opposite or a negative counterpart. So every whole number a, for instance, there's a unique number minus a, as we see it here, it's negative a, and that is called the opposite of a. So a plus the opposite of a is equal to 0. Now, the number line location, now the opposite or negative of any whole number is basically the reflection of that whole number through the origin, which is what we call 0. So if we say here, this is 0, then we can say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we also have the opposites of each of those. So if we reflect this distance across over here, here we get negative 1. Here we reflect across that, we get negative 2. Here we reflect that distance, negative 3. Here we reflect that distance, we get negative 4. And finally, that becomes negative 5. And that continues on for all the way to positive infinity and all the way down here to negative infinity. There's a positive and negative for each whole number. There's a positive, which is the a, and then we have the negative a is going to be the opposite of that. Okay, so it says find the whole number 4 and its opposite or negative on the number line. Well, 4, that's going to be right here. So let's maybe make that a different color. Let's say here's our 4, and then opposite of 4 is over here. Okay, and if we think about that, if I drew everything to the scale, this distance here is going to be equal to this distance because we're reflecting that across the origin over here. Okay, and so the symbol negative 4 is pronounced in one of two ways. It's either called negative 4 or it's called the opposite of 4. And both of them work, both of them are legitimate. So whatever you want to do, you want to say a plus the opposite of a is equal to 0, or a plus negative a is equal to 0. Both of those are correct. So the opposite of the whole numbers plus the whole numbers gives us the integers. So again, this was the whole numbers. And now we're adding in opposite of all of these. So opposite of 1 is negative 1. Opposite of 2 is negative 2, and so on. And so that whole list now we're going to use as the integers. So on a number line, as with whole numbers, the integers, a is to the left of b is less than b, or b is greater than a. So if we have something over here, say this is our a, this is our b, then a is less than b, we can say that. Or if we want to go the other way and say b is greater than a, we can say that. And you can think about this. So maybe this is our number line, 0. Maybe this is negative 8, and maybe this is, maybe it looks a little farther, so maybe this is a positive 9. So we can say negative 8 is less than 9, or the other way, 9 is greater than negative 8. So both of those will work. And so on a number line, every time you have something to the left of something else, the one on the left is smaller than the one on the right. Or we can say the one on the right is greater than the one on the left. So now what it wants us to do is add these numbers to the number line. All right, well, let's start finding our 0, and then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's as far as I need to go to positive. And then we have the opposites, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, and if we go ahead and put in that negative 7, we have that. So now what we need to do is kind of put in the circles on each of those spots. So negative 6, well, that's going to be right there. Negative 3, well, that's going to be right there. 0, well, that's our origin, so that's right there. 2, that would be right there. And then 7. All right, so now we've got those plotted. Now what we're supposed to do is use those and kind of think about what we said over here. If it's a is to the left of b, then a is less than b, or if b is greater than a. So depending on how you want to say it. So negative 6 and negative 3. Well, negative 6 is here. Negative 3 is here. This is to the left of this, so negative 6 is less than negative 3. Well, what about -3 and 0? Well, again, -3 is to the left of 0, so that's going to be less than. All right. What about 1 and -6? Well, we didn't actually find 1, but that's pretty easy to find. So let's say they also said, hey, put in a 1 there, so we put a 1 now. And so now where is 1 compared to -6? Well, 1 is greater than -6. So we can say that 1 is greater than that. What about 7, which is over here, and -6, which is all the way over here? Well, this one's to the right, so that's going to be greater than this one. So we'll say 7 is greater than a -6. Okay, how about 2 and -3? Well, 2 is to the right, so it's going to be greater than the -3. And then we have 0 and 7. So here's 0, here's 7. Well, this is to the left, so that's smaller. So we can say 0 is less than the 7. Now notice all the times we had a positive and a negative together, the 7 and the -6, the 2 and -3, 1 and -6, the positive is always larger than the negative. We don't even have to think about that. Positive numbers are always going to be greater than negative numbers. But then it starts getting tricky when you have the negative and a negative, or maybe even the negative and 0 if you can't remember that 0 is at origin before you start going negative. But you know, the positives, those are going to be usually the simple ones. They're going to be always greater than those negatives. All right, so I'll stop here and then I'll start another video with a little bit more.